It's Kenneth Tortoise Capital with a quick look at the portfolio recap for the swing course. Most of these are going to take the following form. We're going to look at them on the dailies. We made the call to get the portfolio flat at the opening by covering all of the shorts. There was enough buying pressure in the aftermarket that looked like a good way to take advantage of the gains. So we're just going to go rapidly through this list. Alcoa short, covered at the open on an initial risk. Apple short on the initial risk, second short, and covered at the open. AXP first short, second short, covered yesterday at the on the rebound in the afternoon, missed the long entry. Boeing, and I should say right now we only took a few positions on the long side, and we were looking at the relative strength leaders in the mornings. That'd be Caterpillar, Home Depot, XLB, XLK for technology, and then Brazil and the Dow 30. So we'll see those in a minute. This is Boeing. We were not short. This was the strongest stock in the Dow. Missed all of this. I will play a rebound on that one for momentum tomorrow. So I got about a third of the swing portfolio back on the long side, and now I'm going to look to add the remaining 2/3 of the capital over the next couple of days as we spot the relative strength leaders. Caterpillar long, covered. I'm sorry, short, covered, entered long at 147 with a $3 stop, holding 156, so that's a 3R in hand and getting stronger. Cisco was short and covered at the open. Big win in Chevron. First short on an initial, first short, second short here, third short, fourth, fifth position covered, and then long Chevron and energy here. Diamonds, first position, second position short, covered at the open, long at the open on a $3 initial risk. That's almost 4R. I think there was a lot of index buying in the Dow. Money getting put back to work in the strongest index of the U.S. So Devon Energy short on the first position, second, covered at the open. The new Dow DuPont is ready to trade. Look at these swings. This is symptomatic of that strength in the basic materials sector. Emerging markets, first position short, second, covered at the open. Euro, dollar, still short. Mexico, first, second, third position short, covered at the open. So lost a little bit on the third position. Brazil, first, second short, covered at the open, and then long and holding. GE short and covered. Gold, no position. Goldman, no position. Home Depot was a short in reverse. So this was short 1, 2, covered and long, and closed well. IBM, first short, second short, covered at the open. Latin America, first short, covered at the open. So you can see the strength in Latin America had nothing like the sell-off that we saw in the U.S. Intel, first, second short, covered at the open. IWM, first, second, third position short, covered at the open. I will add to that position on second day momentum and target the Bollinger Band mean. Real estate, 1, 2, 3 short, covered. Johnson & Johnson, 1, 2, 3 short, covered yesterday at the close, long, and then scratched on failure to follow through. Coke, 1, 2, 3, 4 short, covered yesterday on the buyback. Tried a long that scratched in this tail. Had some early setbacks and scratched. McDonald's, 1, 2, 3, 4 short, covered inside yesterday's rebound buy. Bought at the open and held, so we're long on McDonald's. Merck, 1, 2, 3 short and covered. Microsoft, 1, 2 short and covered. Should have been long that one. So we got to add technology to the list for tomorrow. This is Nike, 1, 2 short and covered at the open. Pfizer, 1, 2, 3 short covered. I just want you to notice all these green lines. These were the stops we put in yesterday to try to preserve those gains, and so the advantage of just making the decision to cover them at the open preserves this, $1 a share by taking it early and being satisfied with what we had. The Qs, this one I missed on the re-entry, but 1 short, 2 short, covered it and missed that move. So I'll play second day momentum. Schlumberger, 1, 2 shorts, covered in the morning. Silver, no position. SPY, 1, 2, 3, 4 shorts and covered. Big buying. I think it's the plunge protection team at work. Treasury still hard to read. Not really correlated with the equity market at all right now. Travelers, no trade. I missed the re-entry. That was a very strong symbol, so I will buy second day momentum with a stop down here. Tesla, we were short and covered, no second position. The dollar yen, we're short and holding a little bit of a gain. Oil, short and covered. I will get short again on weakness, and I'll be looking for weakness in the energy sector. UTX, short, covered. This will be a candidate for a resumption of momentum and get long because UTX was a very strong tech sector play. The VIX, this was long on the swing from 28 with a $2 stop, cashed at the open near 54 and some change. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 long positions. We were going to try to preserve 42. We gratefully accepted 54. Verizon, 1, 2 short and covered. Walmart, this is a re-entry I missed, although I feel like I have exposure here from the Dow. 1, 2, 3 short and covered. I'm looking for more momentum. 1, 2, 3 short and covered in Win. Just replaced their CEO, so I will get short more weakness. Signal line has crossed the 0 line. Change of CEO plus some litigation, that's more weakness. Target will still be 143. U.S. Steel, short and covered. Missed the entry on the long side. I will buy second day momentum. XIV's off the board. The materials, this is the big win. Short, covered, stop and reverse. And long it goes with a $3 initial stop, or $1 initial stop, excuse me. So holding 3R. Energy, 1, 2, 3 short and covered. Financials look very strong on the rebound today. 1, 2 short and covered. I will buy second day momentum. Industrials, 1, 2, 3 short and covered. This was very strong. Technology, 1, 2 short and covered, and then a very nice rebound. I'll buy second day momentum. That even looks stronger than the Qs. Consumer staples, 1, 2, 3 short and covered. Utilities, I'm still long. I'm just going to be obstinate about this one, about buying yield. Healthcare sector, 1, 2, 3 short and covered. Nice rebound here. I'll buy second day momentum. Target the RL270. Consumer discretionary, 1, 2 short and covered. I'll buy second day momentum. This one's already back and through the Bollinger Band mean, so next one is the Z2. Metals and mining, 1 short and covered. ExxonMobil, 1, 2 short, covered yesterday during the bounce back. Tried a long and then scratched out of it. No follow through. And back to Alcoa. I want to shift to the chat room real quick. You'll be able to see a lot of the trades from the thumbnails. You can go to the chat room if you want to open them up and look more closely. Lots of good discussions about the European work. Folks are working with the automated DAX spot. They've automated the hybrid frog in the morning. Here's one where the DAX spot auto traded for 290 DAX points. Well done, Jeff. That one looks like a very promising project, and going to brief that in the live trading workshop and research weekend in Kansas City this year. We were noticing the slopes of the 3 RL lines in the 10 has really collapsed down to a -3 sigma. You couldn't sustain that kind of outperformance much longer. You can see we're looking at different news items talking about the demise of XIV. Gave them a little video of me in the classroom talking about strategy with my military officers, just to see how some of these concepts that we use here for risk and reward also map very well to military planning. High risk, large uncertainty. Here's Sanal working the Dow. Makes a nice pocket, cash, pocket, cash, pocket, and cash. Beautiful work, taking segments out of the Dow during this period of outperformance. This is a quick look in the morning. I should say, yeah, at 5 minutes into the morning session, it opens at 8:30 at our time. This is where we made the call to lock in all those short swings. This first 5 minutes we spent getting flat on all of those, and talked about what to do about getting long. We're talking about taking half positions on some of the channeling and overreaction signals that would have gotten you into the Dow and some of the big indexes. That would be a huge payoff. Risk management there. And this was me getting long early on diamonds and Brazil. And this was the quick look I used to decide which sectors I wanted to get long in after getting short. So I was looking at Brazil, Latin America, and Mexico were all relative strength leaders. And then I was looking at XLB. There's that Dow, Chevron I missed, emerging markets I missed. That's the Dow DuPont mix. And I see materials, Apple, Home Depot, Alcoa, Caterpillar, metals and mining, all of these better than SPY. So that's where the money was. This is a quick hit on the first leg out of EWZ. Later on, this became a Z3P, and we got another $3 move. This is Charles taking some money out of Mexico on 5-minute charts. Very well played in the rising pocket, and a nice cash into hesitation. Well done. This is me working the initial piece on the Dow. Same idea. Hybrid frog box off the bottom from the open. I got, cashed the short at the green line, hybrid frog off the bottom long, and then use the PSAR to guide in a 1, 2, 3 exit. Charles taking some more money out of Brazil with a combination of 5-minute, 1-minute charts. 5 minutes to get in, 1 minute to manage after it hits an extreme reading that he micromanages on the ones. Very well done. This is Daniel getting short and then a reverse into the pocket and back through the Bollinger Band mean to the far side of the river. Very well played. Charles taking some more money out, working on the re-entry so that after according to the rules, he can maybe look at a re-entry. This is him managing segments of that move, the breakout from Z3. Well done. This was us thinking about the psychology of being the ruthless trader and paying attention and paying some respects to some brilliant voice actors in the past. So that's a quick look at a daily debrief. The full charts are available in the chat room. Keep your risk measured and your powder dry. What I want to say about the swing trades, just to make this point over and over again, the framework is fractal in time and in volatility, so that the same framework that worked during the grinding bull works during the volatile moves in either direction. The risk Z was our guide about when to get short, when to cover, using statistics to measure those abnormal moves and knowing when enough is enough. And then it's using that combination of core and turbo and knowing who the relative strength leaders are, managing risk, and getting to the zero state in between trades, and just managing the trade. So there may have been 50R collected on the short side in the last 3 days. That's abnormal returns. But the systems should perform like that when you get that kind of an abnormal move. That was a 4 sigma move in the last 2 or 3 days. So you don't see those very often. But the system performs as it was intended, and that's what I want to say about that. So I don't count on that as regular performance in terms of time periods, but that's how these systems should prepare you to trade once you get everything internalized. So, it's Ken Long at Tortoise Capital. Keep your risk measured and your powder dry.